Hey guys, Ted Rackley here. It's a new guitar day. I bought a new Charvel DK24 2PT for my birthday, and it's kind of cool. It's not like any of my other Charvels you see. I got some other ones here in the background. One of the reasons I wanted this one is a couple years ago the Guthrie Govan Charvel came out, and it was really nice and integrated a lot of modern features, and a bunch of the other signature guitars from other artists have a lot of these features. So one of the things is the roasted maple neck. It's supposed to be really stable for temperature and humidity changes. And I play in a band, we play outdoors a lot, and we're in South Texas, so it's hot and humid here, and the guitar goes out of tune a lot, and I'm always having to tune. I mean, it'll get so humid you'll feel moisture on the back of the neck. So that was important for stability. Also, I usually play Floyd Rose Charvels, and I usually don't have a tone knob. So when we do drop D songs, I have to bring another guitar. So I usually use my Jakey Lee Charvel for drop D because it has an open nut. But then I don't have a vibrato bar. So this is a pretty cool guitar. So I'll just go over real quick. So it's a roasted maple neck. What a lot of the new guitars have is a glow-in-the-dark lumen lays, and that really helps when you have a light show, kind of cutting in and out. And I noticed about the lumen lays, one thing I also noticed is even with the lights on, you get some weird color. There's actually a black outline around these dots, so that helps you see where you are on stage a lot better. And it's got Charvel branded locking tuners on it, so you don't have to wind the string around the post 1,000 times. And that actually helps with an open nut to keep it in tune. This nut's a Graphtec Tusk nut, by the way. And the locking tuners when you're using the wham bar on the test. And I put nut sauce in here, and there's also some string trees that I put nut sauce on as well. But that just keeps it in tune pretty good. I mean, so I just did some crazy wham bar stuff. It's still coming back in pretty good tune with whammy bar dives. So it's not something I'm used to with an open nut guitar. But the nuts cut really well. And it seems like it works really well. The Charvel branded tuners are actually good. They remind me of Shaler's. So they seem like they work really good. Another thing I don't have is I don't have 24 frets on my other Charvels, so it's nice to have a couple of those extra notes. And then the action strength's really good too. It's actually different from the other DK24s. The other DK24s are a little squarer at the top. This one's even a little more rounded, again, kind of like the Guthrie Govan Charvel. It doesn't have Guthrie Govan pickups, but they are screwed directly into the wood, which is nice. So it's a custom flat Strat single coil in the middle. It's a full shred in the bridge, and it's an Alnico 2 Pro in the neck. And so that's an Alnico 2 pickup. These are actually Alnico 5. So they're not ceramic magnets. They're not super heavy metalled out. But I like the way they sound. I like that the harmonics do jump out pretty good on these. So that's something I always look for on a high gain distorted tone, is do the harmonics come out when I want them to. It actually has a low friction pot on it, so if you want to do your Eddie Van Halen Cathedral thing, it actually is a low friction pot on this one. And my other Charvels don't have a tone knob, so this one does, and it's a no load, so that when you turn it up to 10, it kind of locks in, and the tone, the tone circuit's out of the circuit, I guess is the way to say it, or it's like not having a tone knob, so you get that little bit of extra something out of your pickups without the extra load of that resistor in there. But you can kind of turn it, click it a little bit, and then the tones in the circuit. So if you get too aggressive of a sound, you can kind of put the tone knob in there, and it'll load the pickups a little more. And it's a 5-way switch. It's pretty cool switching, so you can get some super stratty kind of tone. So here in position 1, it's the full shred humbucker. In position 2, it's the inner coil, the full shred, and then the middle custom flat. In the middle position, you'd think it would be the single coil, but it's actually the 2 inner coils of the humbuckers, and that's kind of cool. So it's like you got super strat, rock sound, you've got kind of strat number 2 position, and here with these 2 coils, these 2 inner coils of the humbuckers, it kind of sounds like a Telecaster a little bit. Over here in position number 4, you get the middle and then the very neck coil. And then over here is full humbucker. So I'll just switch over to clean. I'm using a Boss Katana Air, by the way. Just you can hear some of these comments. So here's the full shed. And then here's position 2. So this will give you like more of your stratty. Then in your middle position, you got these 2 intercoils, so that's like your Telecast 3 kind of sound. So it's good for country gigs if you want to do that. And of course, your position 4 is your middle, and then your outer coil on this one. So that's you know, again, more stratty type of stuff. And of course, full neck humbucker. Now, the other thing I like to do some jazzy kind of stuff. So one of the things you can do to kind of get that jazzy kind of sound is roll off your tone up, and I can't do this with any of my other Charvels. So if you're trying to do some bebop stuff, it's a little too bright. So what you can do is roll it down, let's say to about position 5 right here. Let's see what this sounds like. So there you go, a little bit of Donna Lee there. It's a Goto 510 bridge, and again, a lot of these features you'll see in, you know, the Sewer guitars, not just the Guthrie Govan model when he was with Sewer, but a bunch of the other ones, and a bunch of the guys in Europe would use these, and all of them use the same Goto 510. So this is an all steel bridge. The block is steel and everything, and it does float. The guitar came with 9s in standard tuning, and the neck was real straight. I actually put 10s on it, and my band tune's down a half step, and I didn't have to reset up the guitar, so the neck stayed pretty straight. The whammy bar didn't pop up at all. And I read somewhere that these stay in tune a little better than Floyd Rose sometimes because they don't have a knife edge. They kind of have a rounded edge into kind of a rounded socket. So, you know, that edge doesn't flatten out over time and eventually cause creaking or clunking or just not coming back in tune. But yeah, it actually plays pretty good. I did 2 gigs with it so far, and it played in tune really good. And they're block saddles, and it's a pop-in bar. The pop-in bar is pretty cool. It does have a tightening Allen wrench right there, so you can determine how tight you want it. So I've just got it where it, you know, kind of stays where I put it, and it'll do, you know that Steve Vai fluttering thing if you want to do that, right? So if you want to do this, where the holes are. So it'll do all that kind of stuff. I do drop D on it for some songs, and it is a full floating bridge. You'll see it comes back. I did have to spend a little more time retuning it because when you lower the D, the bridge will move back a little bit. The other strings go sharp. See, when you go to drop D, you do have to tune the whole guitar. So it's still a little bit faster to grab a whole other guitar, but I might do the Guthrie Govan thing and put a tremolo on the back of it. But it's a cool guitar. There's also the bevel back here, and you see here's my little Boss Katana wireless, transmitter here. But it's a bevel. It's nice that it kind of goes up, and then so if you step on the cord, which we've all done, it won't pull out. It'll stay up, and you can feed it through the strap, or if you have a wireless like this, it works pretty good. But it's a really good sounding guitar. When you get into your like high gain type of tones, like I just made a preset here, you get a lot of string clarity, like this. We play some of these bigger chords and stuff, so on here. So yeah, it's a cool guitar, and That's the Charvel DK24 PT2 with the roasted maple neck. I love this thing. And this is what I'm taking to gigs now. So happy birthday to me. This thing's badass. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon.